Welcome back, bros, to another video review. Today, I have the opportunity to take a look at another Transformer figure. And today, we are taking a look at Transformers, the movie 86, Soundwave, Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, and Ravage.
Now here is your video.
As for the contents inside of this packaging, Soundwave comes with a lot of accessories under that leader class price point. And yes, for 2026, it is a price point of $65 a figure. Ouch. So things are increasing due to things that are happening around the world. With that being said, we have the two battery weapons right there. Buzzsaw, his accessories. Ravage, his accessory. And Laserbeak and his accessory. And standard to all Transformers, we have the instruction manual, as you can see right there. Now that I got that out the way, guys, I will say that this Soundwave is terrific. I feel like Hasbro has been released and designed this figure and is just waiting to give it to us now. And the reason why I say that, because you'll see that in the comparison segments on what they did differently and what they did with this one. This is a figure, in my opinion, that should have came out in 2013 when they released the masterpiece version of this figure, where it has its exact same details, this type of scheme, and cartoon accuracy. This Soundwave 86 is actually a pretty impressive figure when it comes to the details. So let me go ahead and jump cut in so you can see the details of this figure. And just looking at it as a whole, guys, it is animation movie 86 accurate to down to crossing every T and dotting every I. I have no complaints. It is made out of solid royal blue plastic. The Soundwave head is magnificent. The missiles on his shoulder and that missile launcher are painted red. The Soundwave cassette deck is painted nicely in a yellow, and so on and so on. So I could talk all day about this, but as you see with this figure, the details are even better. Articulation wise, Soundwave has a tremendous amount of articulation. So if you don't believe me by saying it, let me show you. So real briefly, it could look right, it can look left, it can look up this high, it can look down that low. The up is limited right here because of the type of, we're not getting those ball joint, as you say, clearances no more. They're covering them for some reason. I don't know why. The arm goes up this high, which is well above normal height, rotates a full 360, as you can see. There is a upper bicep swivel, 90-degree bend, and the hands rotate, and they open and close, as you can see right there. You do have a waist swivel on this figure. The figure can kick up this high. It has a 90-degree bend right there. The foot is on a rocker, which hinges in and out. It can go out this far. It can go back to, if you unplug this butt plate, it can go out very well. And that is all the basic articulation we get for a leader class figure, and we are not shortened. So that's the good part, because sometimes we get figures and they may not have the articulation that we require and would like with our figures. So right off the bat, guys, I had to give you the comparisons, and this is going to be a lengthy part of my video, so bear with me. I'm trying to give you the potatoes and the meat and the steak and the crab legs all at one time, so you'll be full. So check this out, guys. From left to right, I will do this brief. I forgot this little guy right here. So let me go ahead and add him to the mix. So you have the Legacy United Kingdom Core class. Then you have the Netflix Soundwave. And then over here you have the Siege, and then the star of the show, 86, right there to Siege's left. With that being said, each Soundwave has just a subtle difference of paint job and details to make this figure get a new one every so often every year. Hasbro has used this mold because this is an iconic character for the Decepticon communication officer. You have Soundwave, and he is present in all of the Transformer continuities. With that being said, guys, You can't go wrong with either version. But to be honest, the best version, if you are going for a cartoon, movie accurate, um, I say it's got to be the 86, guys. And I hope you are agreeing with me because it has everything you want, just like with all the other sound waves combined all in one. Now, the one thing that I just noticed, guys, that I don't think other people pointed out, this gun right here is vertical. This one's horizontal. Which way is it supposed to be? And it is the same for the other ones right here, if you didn't think, and it's right here when I move Soundwave over. For some reason, this one right here is horizontal. I don't know what that is. In the comments, let me know why, if that's the correct way or the wrong way. I don't really care, but I just want to know. So let me know. Continuing comparisons, here we have Leader Class, Galvatron, the movie 86, and Megatron, the movie 86. As you see, Soundwave scales with both of them. Now, I do kind of have a gripe that Soundwave is much smaller, or Megatron is much taller, and I feel like Galvatron and Megatron should be the same size. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I don't know. But they do look good together, so I'm definitely digging that. With that being said, guys, keep in mind we are getting Studio Series 86 molds of the Seekers. So that means we'll get 86 molds of the Coneheads. We'll get 86 molds of Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Sandstorm, Acid Storm, and I think, what's the other one? Rain something? Or I don't know, Thunderstorm, Acid Storm, whatever it is. I missed them. Sorry, I can't think of it off the top of my head on camera, but if you ask me in person, I could probably tell you that name. So think about that, guys. They're giving us an 86 Astro Train. They're going to give us an 86 Blitzwing. They're going to give us another 86 Reflector, probably. So think about all those figures that they haven't done an 86 with that they will be giving us very soon and take the money out of our pockets. So let's turn our attention to the cassettes, which we need to take a look at before we get to transformation. So right off the bat, I went ahead and transformed Laserbeak off camera because there's no need to transform Buzzsaw and Laserbeak at the same time. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Ravage first. This is its cassette mode, and I must say, this is a ugly cassette. I want to say it doesn't look like what you get with Buzzsaw. And I think the Buzzsaw cassette is much cleaner and looks better, in my opinion, than this right here on Ravage. So just to transform them, let's go ahead and get the face turned like that. It makes the face when you collapse them together. Now for the legs right here, I just lift up and then out, lift up and out just to get it out the way. And then what you want to do is rotate right here, fold down, pull the legs out, fold down, pull the legs out, slide this tail piece. These are accessories that do, guys, have to be put on. I already went ahead and did it to get it out the way. And this is the part that I don't like. Eventually, I think this might break, that slides in, but for the purpose of what it does, it's okay. And here we have Ravage transform and looks good in his actual Panther mode. When it comes to Laserbeak, flip out the wings forward, flip out the wings forward, fold the feet down, fold the foot down again, pull the wings this way, and then right here, you're going to come to the back and pull out the, if I can get it, guys, fingernails are a little limited, and then go ahead and put on his blaster or his blaster backpack, whatever you want to call it. Pegs in very well, push down tightly, and now you have Buzzsaw transform in his Buzzsaw mode. With that being said, I like the cassette tapes. They're good, they're nice, they're solid. They're definitely better than what we got before. So let me go ahead and bring those out real quick, just so you can see what we're working with. Some of these are the Legacy, some of these are the what do you call it? Legacy. Pretty much Legacy, guys. I didn't take any of the Siege out because they're packed away and I didn't want to go get them out. So basically this is what we're comparing them with the Legacy versions of these characters. Let me go ahead and give you Laserbeak, and then we got everybody in the picture, hopefully. All right, so here's everybody in. Now, let's go ahead and compare them while we're here too with this. So here we are. For those of you that don't like Ravage, I like Ravage. I just don't like its cassette mode. This Ravage right here, these are the legacy versions and they are obsolete in my opinion. They're not as good as this one. This one is superior compared to these other ones. So just showing you how they look. The tape modes on them are terrific, but the beast mode or the panther mode is horrible. So just moving those back. When it comes to buzzsaw and laser beak, they're exactly the same thing, except, you know, one's red, one's yellow. So this is what everybody likes because this is more like the G1 Nod. Let me fold it up to make it correct. All right, now that it's correct, this is what everybody likes. They like the wings like this angled shape. Me personally, I actually like the wings like this. I think this is pretty cool. It's sleek and it looks clean. This right here, of course, is G1 to the cassette tape. This is more, I guess, geared to the movie. I like it being thicker. I like it being all one piece versus being a piece pinned on. So that's just personal preference. Yes, this figure has more paint details, but I know Toy Hacks will do something to make it better. So this is what we get for the cassettes. Let's move all these out the way and let's go ahead and take a look at the transformation for Soundwave. So let me go ahead and knock out this transformation real briefly. So if you have Soundwave accessorized, go ahead and take the accessories out now because we're going to begin the transformation process for 86 Soundwave leader class figure. So right off the bat, guys, let's go ahead and do his third secret mode, which we all know is the lamppost mode. So just go ahead and get the legs like this. Once you got it like that, I would say go ahead and get the arms ready. So make sure you got the arms tucked like this, pull it out, rotate the arms so they fold in on themselves just like that. And then fold it up on one side. Do the same thing for the other. Actually, let's go ahead and do it this way so that there's no issues. Bam. So once you got it like that, now go ahead and pull these flaps open so we can tuck the head away. Everything is starting to do that by itself. And what basically you would do now is bend Soundwave like this, and he would be in his lampshade mode. Me personally, I like doing it his lampshade mode like this and having it like how did I did it earlier? Okay, hold on. I can't remember, guys, but anyway, I kind of like it like this for his lampshade mode. Yeah, I had it like this. I'm sorry, guys. I had it like this. So that, you know, when they speed by on Cybertron, he's in his recording mode or his surveillance mode or whatever. But anyway, that's not the transformation that we all want to do. So let's go ahead and continue and start. Let's go ahead and start with the legs. Turn them like this, turn them like this. Basically, move one out the way. Open this flap, open this flap, open this flap. Turn the foot around just like this. Fold the foot in. Now fold this in. Do the same thing with this leg. Open this flap right here. And then the bottom flap. And then take the flap under the foot. Open up. Rotate the foot. Put inside the crevice right here. Just like that. Fold this and then leave this open. Now that we got that done, we're pretty much ready to do get your arm straightened back out from my homemade lamppost mode. And now we're starting to get ready to get Soundwave completely transformed. Rotate the waist right here. So you're left with that. Then rotate the feet inward or the legs inward just like this. So this is what you're left with. Make sure everything's straight. Go ahead and let's go ahead and open these up one time. And then one time just like that. Now we're going to start to move the arms back because they lock in once we put the batteries in. So let me get them now. It doesn't matter which battery you put in or which side. You just want to store them so that everything locks in perfectly in my hands. Don't want to put it in, so bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. I'm getting jittery hands. So once you got them locked in, just like that. So they give it that battery type, compartment, I guess you could say, or not, to the G1. Put that in. Now fold this like this. We're going to keep this right here because everything's going to peg in so nicely. So now take the leg. Actually, before we do the leg, let's fold out the pieces that's going to fill in the boombox. Go ahead and do like that. Bring the legs up just like so. Keep bringing them down. Everything is going to tab. There is a tab right here. And then there's a tab in the back of this forearm that's going to tab in. So let's go ahead and start the process. Give it a tight squeeze. And then it pops in right here also. And then you have to tab in right here with the back of its forearm. And that is that. Let's continue it on this side. Yes, you will hear a little clicking because if you don't do it the right way, it's going to come loose. Give these a nice firm click right here because there's little pegs that they peg into. And then that's good. And now pick that peg right there. Give it a little squeeze and a push. It clicks in. Everything clicks in. On my copy, well, these right here you may have to redo because they have a tendency of popping out on mine. Once you got it done, this is what you're left with, guys. And now we have Soundwave transformed into its cassette mode. So sorry, bros, I don't mean to make this a long video, but the show must go on. So now that we have him transform into his alt mode, this is what we get. And this is going to be the best representation of that cartoon accurate Soundwave tape recorder, boombox, whatever you want to call it. This is the best version, and they have done a terrific job. And today is the Hasbro team getting the true likeness of the Studio Series 86 Soundwave toy, looking like the TV show. The back is pretty clean. It would have been nice to have a cover to cover that up, but like I said, overall is good. It's solid. It's not wiggling. It's not going to fall. It's solid. It makes the battery compartment right here look pretty cool, in my opinion, and I think that's a great touch. It does deploy very well, so let's go ahead and not hold it up because we want to see this. Here we have laser beak that comes with them, and also the laser beak that comes with the Siege and also with the United Legacy. So let's see if this even fits. It fits perfectly, guys. So you don't have any complaints. If you got the Legacy version, you can fit it into the Studio 86 version, and it deploys just fine. So here is the one that came with the 86 version. I'm gonna just slide it on in, give it a light push, and that's in perfect too. So your choice on which tapes you would like to use with this Soundwave if you have multiple versions. So they do work, guys, is what I'm trying to tell you. For comparisons, I have the United Legacy version of Soundwave here with the 86 version. And I do have that same 86 tape for this purpose only. If you want to put it in this, it will fit in, but it will not close or deploy properly. So I got it in, you close it up, it's all the way in, bam, it fits. But when you want to, okay, so it works. It's interchangeable on both, guys. You can use each cassette on whatever version you would like to use on the Soundwave. Now, looking at the only thing that is my gripe that's wrong with the Studio Series 86, because it is movie accurate but not toy accurate, I would have loved to see that record and battery somewhere right up in here where it's not shown. That's my only flaw that I have with the figures that I would like, but I know Toy Hacks is going to do something like that to give that decal on the toy. When looking at the backs of the figures, you already know which one's the better figure because it's cleaner and it's nicer, and the battery or the accessories of Soundwave, the cannon and the blaster, are tucked away like batteries. Unlike this, they're just stored out there in the open for stabilizers, which kind of makes it ugly to look at this one compared to that one. So that's what we get, guys, for the comparison segment of this Soundwave figure. So with all that just said before you, to summarize, this Soundwave is the superior Soundwave of all Soundwaves that we have gotten at retail, besides the G1 version back in the 1980s. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is this tops the Legacy United, the Netflix Soundwave, the Siege Soundwave, and any other representation of Soundwave in the G1 alt mode. Yes, this figure did not come with all of Soundwave's minions before you because it is missing Studio Series 86 Rumble and Studio 86 Frenzy and also Studio 86 Ratbat. Ratbat came with the Perceptor, which is a part of that Target Perceptor 3-pack with Ramhorn, Ratbat, and Perceptor. Then you have the individual releases of the Studio Series 86 Frenzy and Rumble, who may be very hard to get. So if you get them, there probably will be another re-release of Frenzy as a heads up. I end up getting my copy from my local Target store. They actually had this figure on the shelves about 2.5 weeks ago. I picked it up. Yes, guys, Christmas was sandwiched in between work and going out of town, so I had to bring the video to you now. Thank you for those who voted on this figure to be reviewed, because this is for you. Next will be followed by Blast Off, Sure Shot, and then some other G1 goodies. So yes, I end up paying at my local Target store, which was shocking. I want to say it was between $60 and $65. So the new price point already kicked in for the leader class figures at my local Target. So if you're looking for this item, I will put down the link below if it is available at target.com, or you can get it from I believe Amazon or Entertainment Earth or wherever, because it is shipping now and it is hitting people's houses and doorsteps. So with that being said, as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback as a YouTube content creator. I thank you once again for spending your time watching my video. And not only that, guys, if you see the button, please hype the video up within 7 days so that it will also get more publicity and traction to other Transformer fans like myself to support and share with them.